And I think it's very important that you feel, as a foreign investor investing into China, that you get an equal treatment.
Pleasure to have you here. And actually, we all know that TRATON has done a lot of things in China during this year, so such as the Rugao base. So why did TRATON Group decide to move its focus from the EU and US to China and adopt a win-win development model?
Well, first of all, China is the biggest commercial vehicle market. It's almost as big as Europe and the US together. But I think more importantly, and what has been growing over the last year, is the technology that is developed in China. So, of course, we bring, as the premium manufacturer, Scania truck is the premium truck in the world. We bring a lot of technology, but we also find a lot of good technology in China. So we want to be here where we can collaborate with the Chinese ecosystem in the area of transport. And there we find research, we find Chinese employees, Chinese engineers, partners, but we also find a very competitive environment where you have to develop at China speed in order to be competitive. So I think that has grown to be one of the more important reasons. And then for us, it's very important that we can also export out of China. So we do this project certainly for China, biggest market in the world, super competitive. So here we see part of the volume, but we also see part of the volume going to cover our Asian markets and perhaps further, because it will, of course, depend how successful we are. But for sure, Oceania, certainly looking into Middle East and potentially Africa. And there, free trade is, of course, very, very important to be competitive. And by being in the region, we offer them to customers shorter lead times. We offer tailor-made opportunities, not stock vehicles, but really tailored to order. And that's another very, very important reason to be here. So I think you add all of that together, plus a very competitive supplier base, which you don't have in any other market in Asia.
Since 2020, TRATON Scania brand has been building a factory in Jiangsu. So why did TRATON choose to invest in China? And what strategies behind this decision?
We find it an attractive place. It's close to the greater Shanghai area, which is very attractive both to Chinese colleagues, but also to colleagues joining in from the whole world. And by the way, I was there. Again, it's fantastic to see this large community, already 2,000 people, Scania from all over the world. So majority, of course, from China, but already like 500 people from other parts of the world.
So China is promoting reforms and opening up and encouraging foreign investment. So during the Rugao base construction, did TRATON feel supported by these policies? And what helped boost the company's confidence in its long-term development in China?
I already touched on the trade policy towards other markets, which is very important to us, but we have also gotten very, very good support when it comes to finding the ground where we wanted to build a factory, to get help with the permitting process and the licensing processes and everything that is connected to building in China. We have seen the famous China speed in the way, but the support here from especially the local authorities, but also on central level, are of course crucial to you when you invest. And I think it's very important that you feel, as a foreign investor investing into China, that you get an equal treatment. You bring a lot of good things. In our case, we bring premium product, we bring sustainability, we bring safety for the truck driver, we bring productivity measures, but we also learn a lot, and we can tap into China's IT platforms, for instance, that are state of the art. And it's only when you have a level playing field that you can actually access these opportunities both ways. And that's where, well, the company benefits being in China, and China benefits from having the company in China. And this is where we saw positive outlook in China, and that's where we decided to go there.
So now that you are in Shanghai, so what are your impressions of the city and its business environment? And how does it compare to your expectations?
I think everyone loves Shanghai. So do we. We have, by the way, here our sales headquarters. We have part of our research and development also placed in Shanghai. And it's always a pleasure to come here. I think it's a very international atmosphere. It's high tech and at the same time anchored a bit in history.
As electrification and intelligence spread from passenger to commercial vehicles in China, How will this affect the auto industry? And what are TRATON suggestions for developing smart and electric commercial vehicles in China? Will TRATON also work with Chinese AI companies?
We see in China, we saw last year an uptake of 13% of heavy commercial vehicles going into the electric field. And I think that's it's just a start, but I think that's going to accelerate. But all these pieces needs to be in place, of course. And we're gradually getting there. And we collaborate with a number of AI companies, both in Silicon Valley, but also here in China. And I think that will absolutely be an integral part of the product. China will develop with very fast speed, and there is AI capabilities available. So that's super exciting.